Hi, welcome to Nursing Notes Corner. So today topic is bronchial asthma. So let's see. So first one is definition. So definition of bronchial asthma. So bronchial asthma is a chronic lung disease, okay, which that inflames and narrows the airway, okay. So this is the definition of bronchial asthma. And another definition. So it is an intermittent or reversible type of obstructive lung disease, okay. It is an intermittent or reversible types of obstructive lung disease, okay. So here there is a narrowing of bronchial lumen will occur, okay. Narrowing of bronchial lumen, and it is characterized by wheezing and difficulty in breathing, okay. Characterized by wheezing and difficulty in breathing, okay. So this is the definition. So next one is types of asthma, okay. So first one is allergic asthma, and second one is non-allergic asthma, and third one is mixed asthma, and fourth one is cough variant asthma, and fifth one is exercise induced asthma, and sixth one is natural asthma, and seventh is occupational asthma, okay. So these are the types of asthma. So let's see one by one in detail, okay. First one is allergic asthma. So allergic asthma also called extrinsic asthma, okay. So here when the symptoms are induced, okay, here when symptoms are induced by hyper immune response to some inhalation of specific allergens, okay. Allergens, allergic asthma will be triggered, okay. By allergens such as house preservative, and type 1 hypersensitivity, etc, okay. So this is allergic asthma. So next one is non-allergic asthma. Second one is non-allergic asthma. So it is called non-allergic asthma is also called intrinsic asthma, okay. So it is a type of asthma and it is triggered by hair, okay. Such as airway irritant, hair pollution, cold, etc, okay. So This is non-allergic asthma. Okay. So next, the third type is, so first here inflammation will occur, and inflammation will leads to airway obstruction. Okay. So due to airway obstruction, clinical symptoms will occur. Okay. And this causes airway hyperresponsiveness. Okay. So this is about non-allergic asthma. Okay. So the third one is mixed asthma. Third type is mixed asthma. So it is characterized by both allergic and non-allergic asthma. Okay. Characterized by both allergic and non-allergic asthma. Okay. So and fourth type is cough variant asthma. So cough variant asthma does not have the classical symptoms. Okay. Symptoms of asthma, such as wheezing and shortness of breath. Okay. And cough variant asthma is characterized by one symptoms of a persistent dry cough. Okay. Is only characterized by one symptoms. Okay. One symptom, that is persistent cough. Okay. So next one is exercise induced asthma. Fifth one is so it affects during and after the physical activity. Okay. During and after the physical activity, exercise induced asthma will occur. So next type is natural asthma. Sixth type is natural asthma. So natural asthma is a type of asthma characterized by asthma symptoms. Okay. It is characterized by asthma symptoms which certain triggers such as heartburn, dust can cause symptoms. Okay. Asthma, and it worsen at night time. And it worsen at night time. So next one is occupational asthma. So occupational asthma is triggered in person workplace. Okay. So next one is what are the causes and risk factors of asthma. Okay. Causes and risk factors of asthma. So first cause is airborne allergies. Okay. First cause is airborne allergies such as pollen or animal danger and duck mites. Okay. And next one is respiratory infections. Such as common cold, Okay, next one is physical activities. Physical activities such as exercise induced asthma. Okay, for example, and air pollutants, and also if genetic predisposition. And next one is esophageal reflux disease. Okay, and also weather, for extreme changes in temperature. Okay, so these are the causes and risk factors of asthma. Okay, so next we are going to see pathophysiology of asthma. So pathophysiology of asthma due to some etiological factors. Okay, it leads to reversible diffuse of airway inflammation. Okay, and which causes hyperresponsiveness. Okay, and airflow limitation. So due to hyperresponsiveness, it causes the swelling of membrane. It leads to swelling of membrane which lines the airway. Okay, which are such as mucosal edema. So here, wheezing, cough, dyspnea, which means shortness of breath, and also chest tightness will be present. Okay, and due to swelling of membrane, it leads to contraction of the bronchial smooth muscles. Okay, it causes the contraction of the bronchial smooth muscles, which means bronchospasm. So and leads to production of thick sputum. Okay, thick lineaceous sputum. So sputum will be produced, and it leads to alveoli hyperinfluence. Okay, so this is the pathophysiology of asthma. So clinical manifestation and management of asthma will be continued in second part. Okay, thank you.